Hello and welcome back. I know, I promised that the next video was going to be making something fun with the resin paper, but I decided that since I had mixed up that resin yesterday, I needed to finish using it up. So I thought I would do a really quick short video of the unveiling of everything that I resined yesterday when I got off camera. So when I was on camera, I had done this one little piece. So I wanted to show you how it comes off of the paper, just as if we were still working from yesterday. So I haven't taken this off yet, but this is that, started out as that light blue tissue. If you did not watch yesterday's video, you want to go back and watch the first episode. This is going to be the second episode, and it's going to be a quick one, like I said, but go back and watch that first one or this won't make any sense to you. So I had taken that little piece of blue tissue paper and I had done that with a coat of resin, and you watched me do it. So there, I just peeled it off for the first time, and you saw how easy that was. It just came right off. I do have the texture. I don't know if this is going to show up, but you can see there is a weave on that craft mat, and the texture is on the entire other side of it. So that's fine. And there were a few little wrinkles and things in there. It's not perfectly flat, but you know, that's just part of the character of the whole thing. So, you know, that's just one coat. It soaked all the way through, and I didn't seal it or anything, you know, so it's just kind of a fun element. And let's see how you can kind of tear it. So this will be just fun to use for something. And then the little piece of paper that I had sealed, I really only sealed the one side. So you can see that it's soaked in completely, just like it did on the other unsealed one. So that was just some little pieces of paper. And then your craft mat, you know, this is all hardened now, so you can just peel all that off, scrape it with your fingernail, or that little plastic card that I had would probably, you know, just clean all of that off. So that's going to be my dedicated craft mat for resin. And then I did this piece. This is a tea bag again. This was the last little bit of resin I had, and I stuck it right to my craft mat. So it's got a pretty thick layer because, you know, the resin was starting to really thicken and dry by the time I got to the end of it. So, and that actually has some bubbles. The resin was so thick at this point, I could barely get it squeegeed on here. That's because, you know, you have about a half an hour working time. And the video I did, I mixed the resin quite early in the video, and the video was, I think, 35 minutes long. So I barely had time to kind of use it up before it was past its prime. So that's a piece of tea bag. So I like how that turned out. And then I did the cookie sheet experiment that I said I was going to do. And I have a couple of sneak peeks here for future videos because like I said, everything takes so much time to do different layers of things that these are going to probably not, you know, happen a video a day or anything like that because they take a bit of time. But this was the clothing label, the muslin clothing label that I had one coat on before I went ahead and did another coat on that. And I just wanted to show you how much more stiffened up it is. I'm going to go ahead and do another coat on the back. And so that 3 might be all I need to have that be a nice book cover for a future project. So that was that. I didn't show this, but I had been working on some pendants. I had a bunch of these. These I had purchased. These are also from Susan Leonard Casimir, her line. This one's not, but these all are. And I bought these early on because I was just going to be learning and thought I would use them. Well, I didn't, because I started making my own right away. So I have a goal to try to fill those with mixed media kind of things. But I had started with this one. If you've watched my Facebook page, I had done some delicate pressed flowers, and I just decided to put one in here just to see how it would come out. And I had mentioned the doming, that it's self-doming and self-healing. And I don't know if you can kind of see, yesterday I kind of I'll maybe put one more coat just to give it a nice rounded dome. But it's actually above the edge of the bezel. So when you pour these, you pour not quite full, and then you do another layer that will give you your doming. So that's just kind of a sneak peek. And then this is going to be another project I had mentioned, wanting to make little windows. And I have done this project before, but I hadn't put the resin on it. This one kind of came out messy because, like I said, my resin was getting pretty thick at this point. But I think that's going to work too. I think I'm going to like how that works better. So I'll do a tutorial on these at some point. And then this was the leaf that I had shown, and I went ahead and did another coat just on the smooth side. Again, I mentioned not doing it on the veiny side, or you'll lose all those veins. And you can kind of see where that happened. There was a little bit of a hole in the leaf, and some of the resin seeped under that hole and kind of messed up that one little part. I'm not going to call that ruined because I like to save everything. So I can put this, you know, maybe in part of a collage or something where the other part of the messed up part is covered like that, you know. So it's not wasted. You can pretty much save anything, you know, by doing something to it. So we'll keep that. I went ahead and did another layer on my butterfly, and I'll do one on the other side, and then the whole thing will be nice and smooth to the touch. But I like that. That was out of the napkin. I just did another coat on the back side of these before I cut them out, so you saw that. But you see how nothing stuck. Everything is just, I did another coat on the little clock hand that I had done. I did it on the back side, so it's a little bit sturdier now. These I had been working on. This is the project that we're gonna, I'm gonna do a video later today, hopefully, and we'll get that going. And then another one that I had made a frame. This is all part of the next video. And then this is a future one too, where I'm making some buttons. So you can always use those in books too. So that's just a little sneak of that. And then I had my placemats that I bought, and I decided I wanted to try pulling off that foamy layer to see if this side was smoother than this side. And it's not really, it's about the same. So, but I did go ahead and try to see if that would work, and that worked just great too. And this was just the white one, because this was just one layer, and I think when you do the other side of this particular tissue paper, then it's going to have that glass light effect. And then I did one on that foamy part. I wasn't sure about this one. I thought it might just, you know, soak into the foam, but this was so nice and smooth and flat that I thought it might. So let's see if that's going to work. Yeah, it kind of did stick to it a little bit, but yeah, and you can see how the foaminess, I don't know if that's showing up. Let's see. The foam kind of did pull off of the thing, so that's not gonna work. That's not gonna be the best thing, but I will be able to salvage this because it's just gonna be, you know, another maybe background layer for something. So we learned something. You can use this plasticky side of a placemat as your place to let things rest, but don't use this foamy stuff. And then we do know this works great. And I like this because you can pick this whole tray up. You want everything to lay flat when it's curing, or you'll get things puddling off to one side and be uneven. So I like the cookie sheet idea because you can have multiples of them and then kind of alternate, stack them and get them out of the way, and they'll stay flat. So that's it. I just wanted to do a little unveiling for you to see how things look when you wake up in the morning and how they've dried. So next video I will be working on the new project. So stay tuned. Have a great day. Bye.